for our second to last performer tonight. He is a legend in the senior class. He enjoys long walks on the beach and also Lilja's Pizza, almost as much as the ladies enjoy him. He's an icon for the student section and a member of our beloved drumline. Ladies and gents, welcome to the stage, the comedy stylings of Jay McCann.
I know that guy.
Hey, thank you. Oh man, we have a beautiful audience here tonight. How's everyone doing?
Yeah. Woo!
See, I do want that table. I was promised a stool. They only gave me an end table, so you know. You gotta work with what you got. Now, I gotta tell you, I am absolutely terrified to be up here. And I've been terrified for a week because I realized when I signed up for this, I did not write a stand-up act. So, I did a little statistics, and I found that, did you know that the number one fear in America is public speaking, and number two is death. So if you're at a funeral, you're better off in the casket than you are doing the eulogy. You know what I mean? It's just great to be out here. It's great to be Project 18, putting this all together. Give me a hand, yeah. Woo! No, I once ran as president for this great organization. As you can see, it did not turn out the way I wanted it to. They laughed when I said I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. No one's laughing now. So like any good failure my age, I decided to take a trip to Florida. So we were on the plane coming back from Pittsburgh, and right as the plane hit the tarmac, people started clapping. I don't know why. Why would you do that? The pilot's not going to hear you, first of all. And you didn't do anything, so. No. But it was like right when the plane hit the tarmac, because we're still going like 300 miles an hour, and it's a lot of really bad things can happen from then and that until now. So much so that I'm a statistics guy. I looked it up, and 100% of plane crashes happen on the ground. So before we got on the plane, talking to my dad, and he was like, oh yeah, the plane used to show up, get on, used to go through the mall and airport. And I'm like, yeah, you could also smoke on the plane and bring loaded weapons in your carry-on. And DVE talks about smoking on an airplane a lot, believe it or not, twice in a week. That's why I stopped listening to the DVE morning show. Now, they talk about how much better everything was in the 80s, and that was wrong. You're not correct. You are so far from correct. Were the 80s really that better?
Yeah.
No, they weren't. They're like, oh, the kids these days, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. Everything was better in the 80s. You know what was better in the 80s? DV morning show. They're like, oh, these kids these days, they don't ask the right questions. I'm like, what important questions were going on in the 80s? What steroids Hulk Hogan was using? How many times can we re-elect Ronald Reagan? What's an acceptable amount of lead in gasoline? It's 0. Oh man, where are we at here? You know, not everything was bad in the 80s. A lot of things were, but you know, the cars. Oh my goodness. So I have a car from the 80s. I have an El Camino, and when I bought it, my dad, he said to me, "Jay, you're gonna pick up so many chicks in this thing. I'm gonna tell you." The only people that have been drawn to my car are really old men. They say to me, "Yeah, man, I used to pick up so many chicks in this thing." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. You want to tell me when that starts?" That same trip to Florida, my friends and I, we tried to pick up girls in Key West. It did not work. The closest thing we got to talking to a girl is we saw a chicken running across the road. I think it was a hen. And the only question I could muster in that moment was, why? So I work at a pizza place, and this guy comes in, and it's like a company party kind of thing. He brings all his employees with him, and then he proceeds to buy a single pizza cut into 16 slices. We cut the large pizzas into 8 slices, so hold on, I gotta put my readers on. So I said, quote, "You crustaceous cheapskate Mr. Krabs wannabe. These people are working to the bone, and the only thing you can supply them is this sad excuse for a school pizza party. You want 16 slices, order 2 pizzas." Joe Biden's America, huh? And that's my obligatory jab at the sitting president. So those of you filling out your stand-up comedy bingo cards, put that there. Something, 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 Donald Trump, you use that as the free space. And that's really the problem with these past few years. In America, anybody can be president. That seems like the problem, isn't it? That's enough of politics. Now let me tell you, things are about to get heated. I hate astrology. Astrology's really dumb. Why should my birth month be the deciding factor of who I am as a person? Doesn't seem right. The only time I've ever given credence to that sort of pseudoscience idea is when I'm talking to a cute girl. It's like, I'm an Aquarius, and I'm like, is that where fish live or something? Taurus? Oh yeah, my butt drives on. Amazing. Scorpio? That's a Megazord, right? Or at least part of it? No. There's probably a couple people out there in the audience who got a little bit offended by that. Good. You deserve to feel bad about yourself. And it's kind of like the same energy when you're at the store and they're like, "You want to donate $1 to stop child labor in Indonesia?" And I'm like, "Oh no, thank you, not today." And then they give you that death stare, that like $23.50. And I'm like, it's not like I said I want them to do overtime or something. Probably asking yourself, what's the moral of all this? Why am I telling all these stories? And I think that I can safely say that when running for public office, you gotta be honest with yourself, you gotta be honest with your constituents. A bribe or two helps too, but you know. Am I right, Eric? That's so you're a wonderful audience, thank you very much.